Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to Echo. It is Tuesday, and yeah, Monday was a bit of a rough day. We went out for a trip, and we had a bit of an argument amongst our friends. It was not good. So there's one dude, Flynn, he's really caught up on a past incident when, spoiler time, one of our childhood friends drowned in the lake. And there's kind of like repressed memories or people keeping secrets about what might or might not have happened. So it's kind of something that's rumbling away in the background between these guys having their little get together. So I guess we might find out something new today. The sun's bright, and I'm pretty sure I can smell the fur searing on the top of my head. It's the end of March, so it's not nearly as bad as it can be, but being right under the sun like this. We've only been on the trail for about 10 minutes at this point, but I'm already regretting it. We've gone for a hike. Our main character's an otter who's kind of like water based, so obviously the dry atmosphere is not good. Chase. TJ, who's about 5 feet ahead of me, turns around. It's at that point that I realise he said something and I've got no idea what it was. Everything okay? Oh, sorry, yeah. No, what did you say? He looks concerned and walks back toward me. Remember, if you have a headache or feel sick to your stomach, or if you start to feel like you're not yourself, don't worry, I'm fine. I try to give him a smile to show it's true, but he's already in the process of unscrewing a bottle of water from his backpack. No, wait, you don't have. He dumps half of it over my head, and I hurriedly unshoulder my camera bag. Watch the equipment. Sorry, Chase, but you're not having a heat stroke on my watch. You know I studied otter physiology. You guys don't do well in dry, hot environments. He's pretty close to me, having to dump the bottle over my head. I keep holding the bag away from my body while I look down at him, water dripping from my whiskers. Otter physiology. Yeah, it's like your body, its parts and what they do. It's a little awkward that TJ knows how my body works for some reason. Oh, so like you studied all of our parts? The attempt at humour's weak in the first place, but I realised too late that I'm talking to TJ and that he probably wouldn't have laughed even if it was funny. He looks a little taken aback. Oh, well, yeah, we all have different anatomy, so it's important. He trails off, and I can tell that he's blushing. He frowns at me. Are you making fun of me? What? No, I'm just trying to. He turns away suddenly and starts back up the trail. We should keep going. It's an all-day hike. I follow him quietly. It's hard to judge the type of expression he had on his face. It wasn't exactly angry, more flustered. I'm pretty sure it's because he knows I like guys. Even in college, my straight male friends get uncomfortable when I joke about sex, like they think I'm coming on to them. TJ's never told me how he feels about my sexuality. In fact, I know nothing about his sexuality. I think he dated one girl in high school, but that fell apart pretty quick. She had problems fitting in, so he befriended her. Obviously she took it as him liking her, so she asked him out. TJ of course couldn't say no. He's always on a quest to make other people happy. Anyway, he definitely isn't homophobic. He seemed really happy for me when he found out I was going out with Leo, and he seemed really sad when he found out that we broke up. He doesn't exactly follow any particular Christian denomination that I know of. He hasn't even weighed in on the whole Jesus species debate. From what I can gather, TJ just likes the spirituality of the whole thing. Once Leo told me that TJ is the type of Christian that Christians always say they are, but definitely aren't. I have to agree. Okay, 2 hours later, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. This has been a long hike. I'm practically stumbling after TJ, the lynx 15 feet ahead of me. He doesn't even notice either, cheerfully marching along the steep trail and over rocks as if they aren't even there. I'm dying. I'm literally dying. My foot slips and I faceplant. I lay there, waiting for TJ's god to take me. Chase. I hear some stumbling, and TJ slides up next to my body, sending a cascade of gravel over my head. Ow. Oh gosh, you okay? I hear the telltale sound of an unscrewing bottle. I turn my head to the side. No. A gush of water hits me right in the face, and I jerk up, sputtering and wiping at my eyes. For the love of God, TJ, stop it. Let's get you some shade. Alright. He grabs me around the arms and starts dragging me toward a big boulder. Calm down, I can walk. Are you sure? Yes. TJ's looking incredibly worried right now, hovering over me as I make my way to sit against the boulder. Dude, I'm fine. I'm just tired. I don't know how you do it. TJ keeps watching me, and once I sit down, he kneels next to me, then runs his paw through the fur on my forehead, feeling it with his paw pads. You're a little bit warm. We should rest here for a bit. He takes out another bottle of water. It's like he brought 50 of the damn things. We should probably get your clothes wet. I put a paw on his shoulder. TJ, calm down, I'm fine. Are you sure? Because TJ... He stops babbling and looks me in the eye, the water bottle in one paw, the cap in the other. What's up? He looks at me for a second, then breaks eye contact, slowly screwing the cap back onto the bottle. Sorry, I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm the one that asked you to come. Relax, I'm just being a little dramatic. Okay, if you're sure. I am, but I could use a drink. He hands me the bottle. Good idea. Have you been making sure to drink a lot? I've got plenty. Yeah, my piss is crystal clear. TJ's muzzle quirks as I take a long draught of water from the bottle. I cap it and burp. You know what? I think it's because I'm starving. When are we going to eat? Not yet. We have to make it to the top first. I've got some granola bars though. Dude, I'm hungry for real food. It is real food. Anyway, it's going to be so much better if we do it at the top. Besides, this is the hardest part, and it's almost over. It's all downhill after this. Literally. I can tell he's getting anxious to start moving again, so I take one last gulp and get up. I don't get how you're so damn unaffected by the heat, dude. Oh, I am. I'm just keeping wet. While he talks, he starts pouring water onto his shirt. It sticks slick to his torso, showing off his tight chest and flat stomach, his navel a dark indent through the fabric. I make sure I don't stare too long, not wanting to make him feel awkward again. Either way, I could feel my crotch area getting a little tight. Being in a hotel room with two other people didn't exactly give me much time to relieve stress. Really, dude? Maybe my straight friends did have reason to be wary. I keep my eyes focused on TJ's. I guess it's how you can keep moving like you do, here in the middle of the desert. Well, I run a few miles on the track every day at school. Jeez. Wow. The guy's working out. Okay, we start up the trail again. TJ's sticking by my side now. I feel bad about holding him back, but at least now it's less likely that I'm going to eat shit again. We did it, finally. TJ looks over the view as I stagger up behind him. I'm not as beaten up as I was earlier, but my legs are really starting to kill me. I lean over with my paws on my knees, panting. Swimming is definitely a better way to work out. TJ turns on me abruptly, and I straighten up, smiling. He holds up both his paws, grinning. High five? I slap them with gusto and TJ laughs, putting off his backpack and sitting down on a rocky bench. I look at it a little confused. What's this? It's a rock bench. It's always been here. I think some seniors from the old school made it, see? He scoots over, pointing at the back, and I look closer. Etched out in large letters and numbers, it says Echo High, class of 59. They used to paint the year on the canyon too. You can still see some of them. Sure enough, I can see some white lines on the canyon wall, a 52 here, a 72 there. The school closed after 1980, so I assume there's nothing after that. I sit next to him and lean my head back, closing my eyes. While the hike had been a massive bitch, I still don't regret coming. Not just for TJ's sake, but also because there's something nice about being isolated like this, like we're the only people on Earth. I feel a weight fall on my lap and look down, expecting to see a tasty sandwich. Instead, I find a big, fat, hairy tarantula. I freeze as my brain processes what's going on. Oh my god, no, do not like. Then I scream and take a swipe at it, at the same time doing some kind of dance to the right. I slide off the bench and onto the ground, where I roll several times to get away. Holy fucking shit, holy fucking son of a bitch, oh my god. I roll to my feet and stumble back further away from the bench, eyes scanning to the ground for a giant-ass spider that's sure to be after me. That's when I realise that TJ's laughing. Oh man, Chase, calm down, it's He holds up the giant spider, its frozen rigidness telling me what he couldn't finish. Fake. TJ's still laughing, but I'm still hugging myself, shivering and flinching every time I see something spindly. I'm shocked, but not because of what just happened, but because TJ did it to me. Fucking TJ. Feeling betrayed, I glare at him as he beckons me with a paw, wiping at his eyes with the other. Ah, gosh, I'm sorry. But Jenna made me promise her I'd do it. That figures. Jenna's the type to always play pranks, and yeah, I hate to say it, it's because she's a fox. I rub my arms up and down with my paws, shivering again. I can't believe you. You know how much I hate spiders. One of my worst fears has always been that of a tarantula getting into my room. I used to regularly shake out the bed sheets when I found out that they lived around Echo. I'm sorry. I thought that you might not even fall for it. You know the ones around here are blonde, right? Yeah, TJ, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I found a fucking spider on my lap. His ears do lower at that point, and he stops laughing, though I can tell he's still trying not to smile. Listen, Chase, I'm sorry. Let's have some food, I know you're hungry. Alright, get that food. My stomach is painfully hollow right now, so I slowly walk back to the bench. I try hard not to be such a spoil sport as I reach out to take my plastic wrapped sandwich from TJ. He squirts some hand sanitizer from a little bottle on my paws just before he lets me. We share a bag of chips and eat quietly for a few minutes, just taking in the nature. Still, even out here, I'm able to hear the train horns. I feel bad about the silence though, since I'm worried TJ will think I'm mad at him. I mean, I'm annoyed, but he's just too damn innocent to actually be angry with. The sun's beating straight down on us at this point, and it's uncomfortable seeing my semi-damp shirt rubbing against my fur. Setting aside my food for a moment, I'll strip off my shirt, the wetness giving me a bit of trouble. As I do this, TJ stiffens up next to me. I look over at him, and right away, it's pretty clear he's trying not to look at me. I wonder if TJ's just one of those guys that's embarrassed about showing any kind of fur. He's only ever took off his shirt to swim, and even then he always seemed embarrassed about it. At that moment, both our paws slide onto the chip bag at the same time, and TJ jumps, putting his paw away. I look over at him, quirking an eyebrow. Oh, sorry. For what? Never mind. I watch him take out his phone and look over his messages. When he turns the screen off, he pauses. I realise he's looking at his reflection, adjusting the fur on his face, pouring at both sides until he seems satisfied. Again, this is something he did when he was much younger, back when he was obsessed with his cheek ruffs being perfectly even. I don't say anything though, just keep eating, bouncing one of my knees up and down. It's damn awkward, and I can't figure out why. Usually it's really easy to talk to TJ, mostly because he had a lot of things to talk about. I try to think of something to say. Okay, remember when I made fun of you for the way you used to say sorry? TJ gives a bright, high-pitched laugh that makes me relax, feeling like I just broke the ice on a first date. Yeah, it's one of the first things you said to me. I was trying so hard to fit in, and you just put me on the spot in front of everyone. The scene plays out in my mind as TJ talks, the image of a 7-year-old lynx looking way too small for his puffy winter fur. He just backed into me trying to catch a ball thrown by Leo and had turned around full of smiles. Sorry. I pointed and laughed. Don't you mean sorry? That mortified look, followed by what would become TJ's trademark run back home crying. I must have practiced that word 100 times when I got back home. There's a little pang in my heart at the image of a kid, TJ, saying sorry over and over again, trying to get it right. Well, I'm sorry for making fun of you for it. Oh, why? It was so long ago. Besides, you were just assimilating me into the culture, sort of. If it makes you feel better, Leo did get mad at me after you ran away. TJ's having trouble keeping his lettuce-wrapped turkey together. So, are you here, doing okay? I mean, I think so. We had a talk a couple of days ago. Good. He gives up on holding the wrap together and instead just starts picking up the remnants from the plastic. Were you lonely after you left? I try not to act surprised that TJ's asking me these questions. Yeah, really lonely. I had a terrible first semester. And what about now? Kind of. I guess I just haven't been able to find someone I connect with like I did with Leo. Then again, the GSA at the university is practically dead, so who knows, maybe after I graduate. We eat in silence for a while longer, and though it's less awkward, I'm still trying to figure out what brought TJ to ask me these questions. I crumple up the plastic and toss it in my backpack before getting up. Okay, now I've got to find a good view to get my shots. It shouldn't take too long. Oh, there's a great view of the canyon just up the trail here. He gestures in that direction with a half-eaten wrap. I wave to let him know I heard and make my way up the trail. Let's have a look. The town's namesake isn't much of a canyon. You probably wouldn't even realise it is one without being told. I sidle up as close to the edge as I'm willing, taking a look over the side. Feet press pebbles over the side. They clatter down the edge of the cliff. It's dizzying, and I dig my toes into the rocks, feeling as if I'm gonna tip over. Tears and rain mingle, finally letting go, going limp, wind giving the final push. I back away. Impact instead of release. Pain. I feel the buzzing starting up in my head again, and I sigh as I bend over and reach into my camera bag. Wow, what is going on? I almost wish I could stay here until sunset, since the canyon would be a great backdrop for it. But I definitely don't want to hike back in the middle of the night. It doesn't take long, but about 5 minutes later I've got all the footage I need. Hiking all this way definitely isn't worth it, but of course that's not the reason why I did it. You finished? TJ walks up behind me as I'm bending over to put my camera away. Yep. He hands me a water bottle and I take it from him gratefully, pouring it over my head and chest, the fur flattening down over my body. TJ looks at my torso, his muzzle quirking at the corner a bit. You know, you kind of look like Jared agrees. I raise an eyebrow. The survivalist from the Wilderness Channel? What, just because I'm out in the wilderness and shirtless? Well, you saying all otters look the same? No, I mean, it's not just because you're an otter. I mean, your bodies are, again, TJ's got me questioning certain things about him. TJ, I'm kidding. Oh, right, yeah, of course. He rubs his shoulder sheepishly as he slowly walks up to the edge next to me. Wow. He gets closer to the cliff, though he does it in a manner in which he spread out his arms and legs, bracing himself against the ground. He peers over the side, looking absolutely ridiculous. We're so high up. I smirk, sneaking up behind him. Grab, shove, do nothing. I'm gonna push the guy. Grab. I grin, and then suddenly slap both paws on his shoulders. Ah! He fluffs out to twice his size almost instantly, and flails around like a cartoon. Though I'm sure to keep my grip firmly on his shoulders, one of his windmilling paws catches me in the stomach. My laughing is cut off in a grunt, and I quickly put him back before he can accidentally launch himself off the cliff. Jesus, TJ, calm down. His waving paws finally latch onto my fur, and before I know it, he's got his arms wrapped around my body. I stumble back, clinging to him as well. We stand like that for a few seconds, and I can't help but guiltily feel a little bit tight in the pants again. Dude, stop it, calm it. It doesn't last long though, as TJ lets go and swats me in the chest with the back of his paw. Are you kidding me, Chase? How could you? For the same reason you threw a tarantula on me, dude. I'd respond, but I'm busy trying to stop laughing. TJ wipes his paws on his pants. You got all your sweat on me. Hey, you didn't think I'd get you back after the tarantula prank? It wasn't real. I could have died. Calm down, you're safe. I put a paw around his shoulders and putting him in close. He tenses up, but does relax after a few seconds. You're wet and sweaty. You'll air dry. We stand there for a while, not really ready to head back yet. And that's when TJ lets out a sudden loud yell that almost makes me jump out of my fur. Yeah? What? I put both paws over my ears. What the frick? He frowns. Where's the echo? What? It's called Echo Canyon. Isn't it supposed to echo? Oh, hey, let's shout, yeah. I yelled too, TJ lowering his ears a bit as we wait for the response. His ears perk. I think I heard it. Maybe we're just in the wrong area for it. But we're like right in front of it. TJ leans forward as if it's going to help and cups his paws around his muzzle before yelling as loud as he can. Yeah! This time I do hear a return. It's muffled, scratchy, ugly, but it's an echo, okay? TJ makes a face. Wow, that sounded kind of creepy. Yeah, well, what did you expect? Everything crappy here. Including echoes. Yeah, again, we're answered with a raspy, ugly response, my voice twisted and distorted. Seems a bit silly to name the entire town after that. I think it fits. I grunt as I sit down, spreading out my legs with a sigh. TJ does the same, except with his legs crossed. You really hate this place, don't you? He looks sideways at me. You don't? Of course not. All of my best friends are from here. I mean, some of it's bad, but why let the bad taint the good? I make a non-committal grunting sound. I wish we could all have come up here. He really does look disappointed, and I feel bad about that. What? I'm not good enough? TJ giggles. I really am glad you came. It means a lot. I would have been pretty lonely otherwise. I look over at him, and he's looking me right in the eye. His powder blue gaze is really pretty with the sunlight hitting it like that. He's smiling, and I smile back. Suddenly, the phone goes off. He breaks eye contact to adjust his sitting position so he can get it out of his pocket. It's probably Jenna checking in on her. I turn to look back at him, and he goes quiet. He's furrowing his brow at the phone, as if trying to figure out what it says. Everything okay? Slowly his face relaxes, but now his expression is dull, his eyes glazed over. TJ? I start to lean sideways to get a look at what the message might be, but TJ quickly shoves it back into his pocket. Nothing. It's just a long message from my mum. I can tell right away that he's lying, which is fucking crazy because I don't think TJ's ever lied to me. At least, not so easily. Is it bad? No, it's just something about when I come home for the summer. Oh, okay. It's weird because I know he's lying, and he probably knows I know he's lying. But still, here we are, playing along. He stares quietly at the canyon for a few seconds and then stands up, brushing himself off. Okay, let's go. The cheerfulness in his voice is forced, and it sounds like he's about to cry. Like I said, it's all downhill from here, literally. He turns away quickly and starts back down the road, wiping his face. I hang back, wanting to give him time to get over whatever it is that's bothering him. I wonder if it's something to do with family, like a grandparent passing away or something. I'd feel too intrusive asking about it now, so I decide to put it off until tomorrow. The hike back is, like TJ said, literally downhill, so it's way easier than coming up. TJ's still a little overbearing, making sure I have water and dumping a few unsolicited bottles over my head. Even then, he's still acting a bit detached. I try to stay upbeat though, and since TJ's never been one to sulk for long, I get him warmed back up pretty quick. By the time we get back to the car, he's in a talkative mood again. So I'm thinking we get Jenna and go to the diner for dinner. Sound good? Sure, I'll text her. I reach out to turn on the radio, and then I remember where we are. So, now that we've got hiking out of the way, what are we going to do for the rest of the trip? We've got like 3 days left. TJ rests his elbow against the door, tugging at the fur on his chin. Well, there are more trails than just that one. We could hike at those too. I cringe inwardly at the thought of more hiking, but I don't say anything, and I'm pretty sure TJ knows I'm not into it. But you still need to do stuff for your project too, right? I could help you with any research you might need to do. Maybe. It's kinda boring though. Well, the work, yeah, but hanging out together would make it fun. I grin at his eagerness. Well, okay, but I did warn you it's a pain in the arse. But... TJ smirks at me. Chase, you don't have to try so hard. Anyway, I just want to help. It turns out, Jenna just walked from the motel to the diner, not really wanting to wait for us. Me and TJ step inside, greeted by the smell of what you'd expect at any diner, burgers and fries. I'm flooded with old memories. It's a place that I'd gone to eat every weekend for over 10 years of my life. I smiled despite myself. While I complained a lot about Echo, this place held incredibly happy memories, most of which involved my 5 friends. We see Jenna right away, as she steps out from a booth next to the door. Hey boys. Hey. Stop. We make our way over to the booth, TJ sitting on the opposite bench while Jenna steps back to let me pass and sit next to her. She wrinkles her nose as I do. Wow, maybe you should have showered before you got here. Thanks, Jenna. TJ probably smells too. No, he smells fine. Of course he does. Thanks, Jenna. And don't blame Chase. Otters are naturally, musky. I decide not to say anything and instead put a menu out of the metal holder and flip through. The table's greasy, so I try not to lean anything on it. So, did you guys have fun? Yeah, made it all the way to the top. We did it faster than I thought we would, actually. Did you know? Yeah, he really freaked out. Yeah, I knew it. Did you film it? No. What? That's the reason you pulled pranks. Why didn't you film it? I forgot. I glare at the menu. That's the tarantula prank. You shouldn't let her corrupt you so easily, TJ. I try to think of some Satan metaphor I can use, but that's when the giant plastic spider lands with a smack on top of the menu I'm looking at. Oh my god. I can't help myself and shove the menu and spider away from myself to fall over onto TJ's bench. I look up and Jenna's filming me with her phone, grinning. Stop it. I half-heartedly grab at the phone, but Jenna easily pulls it away. Oh my word, is that Chase? I look up to see the middle-aged coyote making her way from the back kitchen and around the counter. Oh, who dis? Hey, Janice. And Jenna and Tobias too. I smile politely, only now realising how loud our bantering must be in a small diner like this. Now what in the world are you all doing back here? Thought we wouldn't see you again after your graduation. I've known Janice as long as I can remember, her having always worked in this diner. In fact, she started here when she was about our age. Just like most of the town though, once you're comfortable, you don't move much. Chase is filming the town for a school project. We decided to make a little reunion out of it. Oh, isn't that nice? I bet Leo's mighty happy. He's been talking non-stop about you 3 since you all left. Yeah, he pretty much organised the whole thing. Janice suddenly makes a face. Oh yeah, that's someone's ripe over here. My face burns, and I sit harder on my tail, staring at the menu. You know, I think Duke sat here, forgot to spray the scent neutraliser. You know how weasels are. I feel Jenna stiffen up next to me, but thank God she doesn't say anything. Yeah, anyway, how you been, Janice? Janice leans her hip against TJ's bench, clasping her paws and leaning an elbow on the back of it. Oh, can't complain. You haven't missed anything, trust me. Actually, I've been meaning to do a little spring cleaning. Not looking forward to it. My back doesn't bend the way it did. All the small town, small talk niceties, and speciesism is starting to make me zone out when suddenly TJ pipes up. We'll help. Janice beams. Well, you know, I could never ask that of you, especially when you're on vacation. TJ chuckles. Actually, me and Chase were talking about how we had nothing to do. I think it's a good idea. I can see from Jenna's tight smile that she's feeling exactly the way I am. TJ and his goddamn need to be a good Samaritan. Oh, Tobias, you're such an incredible young man, you know that? Yeah, just wanted to be of help, man. When can we come over? Oh, I don't know. How does sometime tomorrow evening sound when it's nice and cool? Sure. Well, thanks again, Toby. You're really one of a kind. TJ beams up at her, and then at me, and then frowns as he sees the look on my face. Now, what can I get for you? After Janice takes out orders, she bustles off back to the back, leaving me and Jenna to glare at TJ. TJ at first pretends he doesn't notice and starts to adjust the salt and pepper shakers, trying to place them evenly between the menu holder. It was nice seeing her again. We don't say anything. Finally, the tension becomes too much, and he gives up on the salt and pepper shakers to look up at us. What? You know exactly what. We didn't come here to clean up Echo's mess. Speaking of which, Jenna reaches past me and grabs a towelette and starts wiping our table, wrinkling her snout. It's disgusting. There's no harm in helping someone. Chase, you told me you didn't know what else we could do. TJ starts to doodle the napkin with one of the colouring pencils from the pack they leave on the tables. Honestly, Tej, I'd rather hike another trail. Please don't. I'm marinating in your uttermusk right now. God damn it. Chase. Glaring, I nudge Jenna to slide off the bench so I can get out, and when she does, I'll stomp my way over to a single restroom. I sigh as I let the heavy door ease shut behind me, pressing on the push-button style lock. The quiet coolness is a welcome relief, even if it's a restroom. I put my palms to my eyes and rub them in circular motions, trying to ease the headache that has been building up since the afternoon. I stand in front of the sink and run my paws under the faucet for a while before bringing some water up to my face. It feels good, but the headache continues to pound. In fact, it kind of feels like it's getting worse. I squint at the mirror, the light suddenly becoming too bright for my eyes. Is this a migraine? I've never had one before, have I? I continue staring at my face, feeling the pressure build. Pretty soon, there's a strange sound in my ears, like a tuning orchestra, and I feel my heart rate pick up. What the hell? Is this a stroke? Am I having a stroke? Having a bit of a moment. At that moment, looking at myself in the mirror, my eyes just drop. They move in toward the centre of my face. At the same time, the sides of my muzzle curls up unbelievably high, giving me a ghastly smile, one that goes up and up past the top of my head. Fleetingly, I remember playing with my laptop's camera once, putting on some effects so that my face would distort in ridiculous ways. It looks almost exactly like that. Then the earth gives way, falls out from under me, and my paws slap the sink as I hold onto it to stop from falling sideways into the wall. The fuck? My voice squeaks as I try to find my footing. I shut my eyes to stop myself from throwing up, and slowly, the roaring dies down, and I feel myself regain my balance. I crack my eyes open and see my face is back to normal, the light at a tolerable level again. I open my eyes the rest of the way and stare back at myself, my reflection staring wide-eyed back. I'm breathing hard, my chest heaving, pupils dilated. Looking down at my knuckles, I see the skin is white through the fur. I slowly let go of the sink and look at my shaking paws. What the hell? My muzzle is dry and I swallow a few times. I take a drink, but I don't trust the dirty faucet. After a few moments, I'm able to calm down, realising that I'm probably not dying. In fact, my head feels pretty clear at the moment. I'm pretty sure it was a migraine. Migraines can do that to people, right? I draw in a shaky breath again before grabbing a few paper towels from the dispenser. I run them lightly under the water, adding a few pumps of Phobie soap as well. Mum has migraines all the time. I'd call her about it tomorrow. Able to keep my paws steady now, I run the soap-up towel under my arms a few times. After a quick look to make sure the door's locked, I undo my belt and push down my pants and boxers around my thighs. If I really want to take care of the musk smell, I'm gonna have to go down under. I run a few more paper towels under the faucet and soap dispenser, and just as I'm sliding the towel against my towel base, I hear a knock and the lever-style hand rattle. I jump and look back, not really worried since I know it's locked. Because this place is a fucking piece of shit, I'm just in time to see the button pop lock out. The handle swings open and the door opens up enough for Alexi's head to poke through. There I am, pants down, a paper towel under my towel, looking like I'm wiping my ass while I moon my Christian best friend. I think we stay like that for at least 10 seconds before TJ blinks first. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. He squeaks it out so fast, I barely hear it before he yanks his head out of the door and closes it with a snap. Fuck, fuck, fuck! I snarl between my teeth as I scrub myself and then throw away the towel. I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's like the entire universe is conspiring against me right now. I sigh and I wash my hands, realising that the longer I delay getting out there, the stupider I'm gonna look. When I come back out, I see TJ stand up immediately, eyes straight ahead as we walk past each other before he heads into the bathroom himself. Jenna stands up to let me back into the booth. Everything okay? Yep. As we sit back down, Jenna sips from her glass of water and then starts sucking on an ice cube. So, I know TJ had fun, but did you? I drop my fingers on the table, still feeling a bit numb from embarrassment. Yeah, it was fine. About as miserable as I thought I would be, so no surprises. Honestly, I actually kind of wished I'd gone with you two. Oh yeah? Then I remembered that AC is a thing, so I didn't feel that way anymore. At least you're built for that kind of weather. True, doesn't mean I have to like it though. So, what did you do? Sit around all day? I studied for a while, and then Flynn and Leo came by actually. Oh really? Yeah, they wanted to have lunch with us. Leo was pretty disappointed when he found you weren't there. They brought a bunch of presents for Cole, and had me choose which one I wanted to give him. How thoughtful. Jenna shrugs. Anyway, Flynn was pretty quiet. She doesn't say anything more, so I press her. And? Yeah, just kinda subdued. I guess he might be feeling sorry, I don't know. Well, here's hoping he comes around. Anyway, they're planning a surprise birthday party for Cole. Isn't that not for a few weeks? Yeah, but we want to have it while we're all here. Jenna drags a drop of condensation around the outside of her glass for a moment. Just between you and me, and don't tell TJ because I told him I wouldn't tell you, but he said he was really glad to have you along. He says you're what he misses most about this town. Really? That kind of surprises me. We're really good friends, but to say I was what he missed the most. I look outside. Again, the sky is painted red, orange, and what almost looks like purple. He drew this so I could see what happened when he pranked you, to make up for not recording it. I look back down at the table, as Jenna slides over the napkin TJ been doodling on. The stick figure with a thick tail, I assume me, is lying on the ground, his mouth bigger than his face as he screams, and next to him is a giant spider. Standing over them is a stick figure with a big tufted ears, which I assume is TJ, with its stick arms put up over its face, clearly feeling guilty. It's kinda cute. Isn't it though? Despite my sarcasm, I really do think it's cute, especially the TJ figure. Shit. What? I forgot my purse. She stands up. I'll be right back. Huh? What? I'll pay for you. Don't worry about it. The motel's like 5 minutes away. You can pay me back. Oh, but she's already out the door. I sigh, watching her make her way down the road through the window. That's when TJ slides back into the bench. I quickly look down, feeling my cheeks burn all over again. Sorry about that. I just wanted to wash up too. I don't know why. Considering TJ looks so kempt no matter what he does, I force myself to look up. Oh, funny drawing. He looks at the napkin and gives a little laugh. Oh, she showed you that, did she? Wait, where'd she go? She forgot her purse. Oh. We sit in unbearably awkward silence for a while, before I finally sigh and lean my face against the paw as I stare hard out the window. Okay, so I wasn't wiping my ass. You know otters have glands. Chase. I look over at TJ and he's smiling. I know, I shouldn't have opened the door. You were just taking a while and we were wondering if you were okay. I look up as I see Janice making her way over, our food on giant trays. I guess it's really the lock's fault. Oh, having problems with the restroom door. Make sure it's jammed shut real tight. Should lock then. Thanks. As the plates are set down, I'm fairly surprised at the portion sizes. I'm not used to getting this much in the city. Janice immediately bustles off to another customer. And, you know, I look up from my giant sandwich and fries, grabbing the ketchup bottle. It was kinda cute. TJ immediately looks down, pretending to read the menu, even though we've already ordered our food. I feel like my brows are gonna shoot off my forehead as I stare at him. What does Applewood smoked even mean? Oh no, you're not getting off that easy. Did you just call my butt cute? No. TJ's ears fall flat, and I'm kinda satisfied that he's the one feeling embarrassed right now. I'll just have cute tails, that's all. I snort. Yeah, I can see by the way you drew mine here. Sorry. Don't be. So yeah, I'm testing waters here. It's been a while since I played this game with a guy, and who the fuck thought the next one would be TJ, but here we are. I keep looking over at TJ, waiting for him to look up. Finally, he does look up at me for a moment, and we lock eyes. I smirk and he smiles in return before looking back down. Well, that's something. Interesting. I sit on a big rock next to the shore, watching the tiny waves lap at the smaller rocks. Across the lake, maybe a half a mile away, I see my friends, all of them, floating on something. It's my car. They're all in my car. Leo's driving. He's got sunglasses on. Even from this distance, I see him look across the lake at me. He waves, and then makes a finger gun, shoots it at me, making a clicking sound with his tongue. Flynn sits next to him, head back, sleeping. Carl's drawing on his face. Jenna sits in the back and reads TJ? Where's TJ? There he is. He's swimming after the car. What? What? No, swimming after the car doesn't sound right. Colours fall flat. I feel sticky and sick. Something isn't right. I'm at the canyon again. I'm looking over the edge. TJ's on the ground. He's staring at me, maggots in his eyes. Something moves in the bushes next to him. Something, a paw? Is that a paw? It reaches out toward TJ. The lake. I'm staring at the lake, but the day is clear. The sky is blue, and there are things in the water. 5, 6 things float in the water. Bodies float in the water. I watch the bodies float, bobbing up and down, and one looks really familiar. This isn't right. This isn't me. What's this? Something across the lake. I see something across the lake. There's a tool shed. A tool shed is across the lake, and I see the door open. There isn't a tool shed next to the lake. Something steps out. What the hell? Oh wow. And I think that that's going to do it for this little adventure, this little gameplay. This is Osho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.